and love, everyone. This is Nkosasana, your bestie, Coast with the most, Rebel Goddess, Mama Simba, Mama Lion, all of those different words, all those different monikers, all those different names. And I'm here today to bring you all a video on the zodiac signs, but the Cuspians. Now, being a Cuspian, you are very special. It means you were born in between two signs. You were born when either one sign was leaving and one sign was coming in, or when one sign was coming in and one was leaving. You were basically born in the middle, and it means you can harness the energy of both signs. So I'm going to go through each different zodiac sign. You all stick in with me. This is going to be a great one. This is going to help you understand why some of you don't quite feel like a Cancer, or you don't really fit the description of a Scorpio. This will give you more insight. I'm a Libra. My birthday lands right on October 20. But October 23rd, Scorpio rolls right in. So because I'm very close to the sign of the Scorpio, I'm very close to that line, I would be considered a Cuspian or Cuspy. This means that I not only have the energy and the characteristics of a lucky Libra, but I also have some of the characteristics of a mysterious Scorpio, or a very deep emotional Scorpio, or intuitive Scorpio, right? Because this is going to be kind of a long video. I have to basically explain each and every cusp, and every cusp has two. If you're more of a visual person and you like reading more, go ahead and go to Ankhsemble.com/blog, and I have an article there that explains the different Cuspians, as I'm going to explain to you here in this video. This is just a video explanation. There won't be many words here, but if you are a person that loves to read like me, you would appreciate the article. There is an article here explaining everything I'm talking about. The cusp of Aries. If you were born March the 21st through March the 25th, you are an Aries with Pisces tendencies. Ooh. So already off the break, I can tell you're already going to be very aggressive, very forceful, but you're also going to be very intuitive and very emotional. That's going to play a big part. So if you are a Aries Pisces, you are headstrong and impulsive, but a part of you longs for peace and solitude. Like, you like to be by yourself sometimes as well, because those Pisces like to break off into their own place sometimes. Now, you will resent it when others intrude or interfere with your plans. You're not going to like that. When people try to tell you to do something different, you're going to be like, I don't like that. Your intellectual powers are keen, and you enjoy probing into new ideas, areas, and coming up with different ideas, okay? And you are clearly an individual. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows you like your space and your individuality, but you are warm and sympathetic, and you are genuinely okay and like to entertain others and get along with others, okay? And then they also say you guys are great love makers. Your love making tends to be very passionate. So you Aries Pisces, okay, good for you. Next, we are talking about the Aries Taurus, okay? So now these Aries, with the image that I get is, yeah, you guys are going to be headstrong. Yeah, you guys are going to be leaders, and you're going to be impulsive, but you're also going to be very warm and very down to earth as well. You're going to be great leaders and get things done, but you're going to have a warmness that comes with it because you have that Taurus energy. And Taurus, they're very homely type. They're very like mushy. Yeah, they got a temper. They're going to have a temper. But Tauruses can be very mushy with that Venus energy. They love touch. They love physical affection and things like that. So the text says, if you are Aries with Taurus tendencies, that means you were born between April the 15th and April the 19th. You are impatient and high-strung and volatile, but you are also determined, but you can be very extremely stubborn. My son is born April 14th, so he's very close to this Cuspian, this cusp. He is very stubborn, you all. He is terribly stubborn. If it's something that he wants in his mind, it does not matter. It's almost like I'm the only person in the world that can change his mind, being his mother. Other than that, he's not listening to what anybody else has to say if he makes his mind up. You also have a tendency for starting things and not finishing them because you always want to take charge. okay? You get irritated when things are out of order. It bothers you. I could also say you all don't like a lot of noise. Like, too much stimulation can really bother you, Aries, Tauruses, sometimes. Let me know that I'm wrong. Now, emotions are a dominant factor in your life, and people always know they can get an honest reaction from you. Like, you're gonna keep it real. You Aries, Taurus, you all don't really hold back too much. You're gonna tell it like it is. You are romantic and fiery. You have strong feelings. Your feelings are going to be strong, and that is whether you are feeling anger or you're feeling joy. Okay, so those are the Aries Cuspians. You all. Let's move on over to the next one, which is the Taurus Cuspians. Now, Taurus lies between April the 20th and May the 20th. That whole time space belongs to the Taurus. The cusps of Taurus. Now, if you were born April the 20th through April the 24th, you are a Taurus with Aries tendencies. Now, let's back up a bit, because we just talked about Aries with Taurus tendencies. We talked about those stubborn, they were impulsive, they were impatient, they were volatile. But now you were leading with Venus instead of leading with Mars. The Aries is led by Mars. Now the Taurus will have more Venus in there. That means more charm, more luxury, more comfort, more desires, more those type of things, right? You are self-sufficient and determined, but also spirited and independent. So you keep that independence. The Taurus Aries link, you all are very independent. It tells you right here. You cannot bear being restricted by other people's rules, and whatever the situation, you always assert your own personality. People always come to you for advice. You may be known to have a great style and confidence, okay, Venus energy. And in truth, sometimes you feel insecure, but you hide it very well. You take intellectual approach to solving problems, okay? You use that Venus charm. Venus is all about communicating. Now, Mercury is a great communicator planet, but Venus is a very great communicating planet as well. It's no way that you can have all the charm of Venus. You can be such a people person. You be able to convince people so well and be so diplomatic with the energy of Venus, and not be very intellectual and not know how to think. See, people think sometimes that the Venus is only about desires and wants. But how do you get to your desires and wants? You have to have some type of brain skills to be intellectual and charming. So yes, absolutely. Your Venus helps you bring your intellectual approach to your problem solving. In love, you are impulsive and extravagant. So the Venus energy brings you extravagance, and the Mars energy brings you impulsiveness. Now, if you were born between May 16th and May 20th, you are a Taurus with Gemini tendencies. If you add the Gemini element to the Taurus element, you are going to get a talky person. You're going to get a person that is great with communication, who loves communicating, who loves to bring their artisticness into the fold, and it's the air energy. So you're going to get a very fluid person than that fire energy. Taurus with Gemini tendencies, you are definitely ambitious and you have strong willpower. You are imaginative and intellectually inclined. There you go with that communication. An attractive personality, and you possess a persuasive touch when it comes to other people. Now, most of the time you deal with people in a straightforward manner, because you prefer straightforwardness over deception. All right. Now, Taurus don't play about that deceptiveness. They'll point you out very easily all the time. And Gemini likes communicating too much, so that's why they don't really deal too much in deception. But they don't like it. They like to have things put out in the open. So if you are a Taurus with Gemini in there, you want to put everything out on the table. You don't have time for the BS. Now, words come easily to you unless you become emotionally involved. The Taurus are already a little bit hot-headed, and the Gemini normally isn't very emotionally involved. But when you start bringing in the other energies, the Gemini can be emotionally. But unless, their emotions come into play, normally they can communicate with what they want and their needs very easily. The Taurus Gemini Cuspian, can express themselves the most is when they are in love. I just want to tap in real quick to the Taurus energy again. Taurus people are very good at and very skilled and love to make money and to secure the money. They very much like to make sure that their home is taken care of, their family is taken care of, they're about security. Okay, and a lot of people, their security lies within their home and their family, so that's why I brought that up. But for most Tauruses, they want to have their home situated, they want to have their family situated, and when those things are not together, they don't feel great. We are going to move right along into the Gemini Cuspian. You are a Gemini, no doubt, if your birthday falls between May the 21st and June the 20th. Masters of communication. They specialize in talking. They specialize in different modes of communication. If you are born May the 21st and May the 25th, you are a Gemini with Taurus tendencies. You are inquisitive and changeable, but you also have a stubborn streak and are not easily moved off course. At times, you become irritable when others don't measure up to your expectations. Generally, you deal tactfully with others and have many friends. That's typical of a Gemini. Artistic talents may be evident, yes, and you are practical and realistic about making money. Going to be in the radio careers in technology, careers in anything that has to do with communication. Make a marvelous first impression because Taurus love luxury, they love looking good, they love to feed into the desires. They have that charm of Venus, and also they are very charming again with their words and their communication and the way that they can talk to people, and they will wow a room. They will wow a room. Do you hear me? If you were born between June the 16th and June the 20th, you are a Gemini with Cancer tendencies. I mean, most of the time you act like a Gemini, but you got a little bit of pull from that Cancer side. Let's see how. You are quick-witted and communicative, and also analytical and cautious and conservative in your approach, okay? Now, your Cancers, they are very intuitive and they flow. The thing that I feel brings you the conservativeness and your caution is the moon that is rude, that rules over the Cancer, okay? So although you are communicative, you are very analytical. You really are paying attention. You can be talkative, but you're paying attention to everything that's going on, okay? You Gemini Cancers. You like to be surrounded with familiar people and familiar places and things that you know already. And you put a lot of weight on appearances and manner. Now that's that Venus shining through, I promise you, okay? And the manners and appearances, because you do have like a motherly energy coming out of you. Now that may not be what you lead with, but your overall aura, they feel safe around you, they feel nurtured around you. You have a little sensitive nature that is easily hurt, and that's that Cancer side. You want to create beauty and you want to be known for extravagance and brilliance. If you are born between June the 21st and July the 22nd, you are definitely a Cancer. But then you have two sides of that Cancer. You could be a Cuspian, which is a Cancer with Gemini tendencies, or you could be a Cuspian that is a Cancer with Leo tendencies. You can be full Cancer and have a little bit of the zhuzh of that Gemini, and that means you were born between June the 21st and June the 25th. Now, if you are a Cancer with Gemini tendencies, that means you have a sympathetic and generous nature with most people, okay? You are an intellectual mind because of that Mercury, that whole communicative side, that air sign of the Gemini. Now, you may be famous for your brain power. People that are close to you, they may know that you have a much softer side, that it's not always analytical all the time. Because you know, sometimes that air, we can be super analytical all the time for no reason. Sometimes your mind and your heart are at odds with each other, because being a air sign, like a lot of times air signs don't really dwell on emotions. We're more logical. And then you have that whole softy Cancer side that wants to just care and feel everything and feels everything. So sometimes that logic and emotions head and heart can kind of clash when it comes to the Cuspian of the Cancer Gemini. Your emotions do come into play more than you like to admit. You also have this very free energy. You have a tendency to get along with people from all walks of life. It does not matter. It could be young, old. You get along with people very easily because you have a heart for people and you know how to talk to people. Now, you need stimulation and change, or you will become discontent if you just sit in the same thing for too long. You don't like anything being the same way for too long, too much. Okay, you need change. If you were born between July the 18th and July the 22nd, you are indeed a Cancer, but you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies. You were born so close to the Leo line that tiger fiery energy is roaring up inside of your little quiet Cancer emotional self. So people think that you are just so a softie and so deep and so emotional and just so caring, but if they mess with you the wrong way, you snap and you show them that fire sign of that Leo. Do you hear me? So they say that you Cancer Leos, you are sensitive, clever, and forceful, quick temper, that one moment could be here and the next minute you cool and relaxed. But we don't want to get you to the point where you need to show your temper, okay? Because you don't want the Cancer Leo, anybody born between the 18th of July and the 22nd of July, we don't ever want them to get angry and show their temper. They normally like doing things their own way, okay? They don't want people to tell them what to do. Like, they already have a great self-confidence within themselves, so they don't need you to tell them too much, okay? Please don't try to micromanage these people. You, as that Cancer Leo, you possess a social grace that you easily mix in with other people who like try to get to know people before you build strong and lasting relationships with them. You want to really get to know who they are. You are very like impulsive when it comes to deep relationships with people. If it's just something for a fun time, maybe, but if you have to get close to people, you want to get to know them a lot more. These Cancer Leos, they are very deep people, and they don't just play around and be around any old person. They might instantly be attracted to someone, but attraction, it is not the same thing. They want to make sure that they're careful. The Leo Cancers, they don't like too much rejection. They don't want to feel too vulnerable to people, because it's like if you turn them down or you tell them no, they already feel like they're the king of the jungle. And with that whole Cancer emotional other side of them, they're going to be really down on themselves and down hard and hurt real bad if you tell them no. So it's best for them. They feel like, listen, it's best for me to just not even try and not even take that chance. So that's why they are very selective on the people that they bring close to their hearts. Now we're going to talk about the cusp of Leo. You are, in fact, a Leo if you were born July the 23rd through August the 22nd. If you are a Leo Cancer Cuspian, that means you were born between July the 23rd and July the 27th. That means you have high aspirations and you tend to be a creative person. You tend to be studious, okay? You always want to make the right choices all the time, regardless if it's something that's in the moment or something you had time to prepare for. You always want to make that right decision. And when you do work with your mind, it stimulates you. It makes you feel like you are productive in doing things when you do intellectual work. You have great powers of concentration. You really know how to express yourself with that Leo energy coming in. And because you are a warm person, you tend to attract many friends. Often very spendy with money because you love beautiful things. You are a headstrong person and you are very possessive when it comes to love. Okay, now, if you were born between August the 18th and August 22nd, that means you are a Leo with Virgo tendencies. Oh, this is going to be interesting because we all know how analytical the Virgo can be. Leo Virgos, you have a lot of style. You turn heads. These are the Leos that have that big, bold, like you're going to see me coming, Leo. Now, they have a great sense of style. They have strong personality. They are determined. They are very determined. They have a lot of determination. and they always get whatever their heart is set on. There's no such thing as obstacles to a Leo-Virgo. They're going to exceed every time because they are the stars of the show and they have that intellectual brain power to go with it, okay? They have a taste for elegance. They like to travel first class. The Leo-Virgo is not doing spirit at all, okay? They are level-headed when it comes to analyzing their problems. They are an emotional person. They make their decisions with their hearts first, though. That's the only other thing about that. They do make decisions with their hearts. They're very emotional. And that's the Leo-Virgo. The cusp of Virgo. If your birthday lies in between August the 23rd through September the 22nd, then you are in fact a Virgo. Now, if your birthday lies between August the 23rd and August the 27th, you are a Virgo with Leo tendencies. You harness that Virgo energy more than anything, but sometimes that fire energy of that Leo creeps right on in, okay? Now, it says you are gracious, you are liable, and you are kind. You also have a flair for style. You know, you Leos, the Leo energy, it's going to be big and bold. You're going to see the Leos anywhere they go, okay? Now, they are optimistic. People are magnetically drawn toward them. They are witty. Their motivation is to be successful. Their motivation is to be successful at anything they do. They have that strong mind. They have the analytical mind. They are very observant. The Virgo in them makes them see everything. The word I didn't use yet, organization. The Virgos can be very organized. And these August the 23rd through August the 22nd Virgo Leos, they definitely have that great spark of organization because they got that fire from the Leo to make whatever endeavors they do. The Leo amplifies everything within that Virgo. They can get impatient with other people who are irresponsible. They don't like that because, like I said, they have so much drive and so much fire. Anybody doing lack is going to irritate them. But they shine in all social settings and they love to be warm and loving, and they do love to be very loyal. If you were born between September the 18th through September the 22nd, you are in fact a Virgo with Libra tendencies. You are an idea person, intellectual and perceptive. You have a gregarious nature and are most successful dealing with and through other people. Your mind is alert and active, and you have a flair for conversation. It says your particular gift is for using your social talents in your work, and you hone in on aesthetics, and you set high standards as well, okay? You may be a collector of beautiful objects or be drawn to creative pursuits. In love, you are sincere and expressive, but you need a lot of attention and devotion from your lover. If you were born between September the 23rd and October the 22nd, you are in fact a Libra. If you were born between September the 23rd and September the 27th, you are a Libra with Virgo tendencies. That means you have that Libra energy, but something from that Virgo pulls right on over to that Libra energy. Now, it says that you are people oriented, okay? You have a talent for making other people like you. That's that charm of Venus and the charm of the Libra. Keen eye for details, but sometimes you take on more than you can handle. Now, your Virgo side really wants to do everything. Your Virgo side wants to check off every single box. But that Libra side is like, listen, I'm ready to chill. I'm ready to sit back. I'm ready to put my feet up, okay? And it's important that you be admired as this Virgo Libra. That Venus energy wants you to love it. Yes, we do. We want you to love it. We want you to love us. We want your admiration. We do. Are those Libras with the Virgo tendencies? They very, very much are aware of their image. They want to make sure they look good at all times. They want to make sure that they're presenting well. Okay? Their public image is very important. They're happy to just move on when something is not going right. They're happy to just deject themselves and be like, I'm not here for this. This is not going well. Let me move on to something that is going well because this is not going right. So they will get out of there in a flash. Love makes you feel fulfilled, and you are probably very flirtatious. You Libra heart, you. We already know how those Libras can be perceived as being very flirtatious when we are just very friendly as Libras, okay? It's that Venus energy. Don't blame us, okay? If you were born between October the 18th and October the 22nd, you are in fact a Libra with Scorpio tendencies. Now I gotta get in close with this one because you know that this is my sign right here. Okay, let's talk about it. So before we do that, let me get cute. Hold on. Okay, let me get cute before we talk about these Libras. All right, let's talk about these Libras now. As a Libra with Scorpio tendencies, you have a magnetic personality. It says you maneuver situations and you are normally the one who are controlling and directing those situations, okay? It says you know how to work hard and you apply yourself wholeheartedly to achieve a goal. You are skillful in dealing with other people. Your sensuality attracts other people. And even when you are not aware of it, you know, you're sensual, seductive all the time. Even when you're not trying to be, you Libra, Scorpio, we're attracting people when we don't even know we're attracting people. Your sensuality attracts others, Libra, Scorpio. Even when you are not aware of it. Sometimes you can be impatient and quick-tempered, but basically you don't like arguments and you're willing to stay diplomatic. You're willing to keep the peace. You don't want to be confrontational. We don't want to hear all of that nastiness. We want to keep everything beautiful, free, peaceful, all of those wonderful things, okay? You have a captivating social nature. When you are social, you are at your best. People love to see you out. People love to be near you when you're out. You make people feel so comfortable. And punctuality is not your strong point. You don't always be on time. You're gonna be late, but when you show up, you're gonna be the life of the party. You hear me, you Libra, Scorpio? You are a Scorpio if your birthday lies in between October the 23rd through November the 21st. You are a Scorpio Libra if your birthday lies between October the 23rd and the 27th. It means that you have an elegance to your personality. You have a mysteriousness to you. You have a charm, and people respond to you. People are also drawn to you magnetically, you Scorpio Libras, okay? You have a talent for expressing your opinion in an amusing way. You're going to let people know how you feel. Maybe you'll throw a little joke in there. Maybe you'll make people feel comfortable about it. Maybe you won't. But you're going to let people know how you feel. That's one thing about those Scorpios. You have a strong will, but unless you are crossed, you often don't show it. People think you can be a pushover with this placement here. People think they can walk all over you because you don't normally show your claws. But unless people cross you, yeah, they don't have to worry about you showing that. In general, you are cooperative and friendly, even though you prefer to work alone and at your own pace. That's why sometimes you'll catch that Scorpio energy with that Scorpio Libra, that will just want to be alone. They don't want to be bothered by too many people. They don't want too many people around them. It's just like, leave me alone sometimes. But they commit themselves to their work. They don't like to be hurt. So that's why a lot of times you'll see Scorpio period just stay away from people because their feelings, they have soft feelings and people easily can hurt their feelings. So they normally try to just stay away from people, like I said. Now, they love to be creative. They're going to shine when it comes to being creative. And they have deep feelings, okay? So please, don't make the Scorpio Libra feel rejected. Don't make them feel hurt because you will pay for it later. If your birthday lies between November the 17th and November the 22nd, you are indeed a Scorpio with Sagittarius tendencies, okay? You're not yet a Sagittarius. You're still a Scorpio, but you're bringing on that fire of the Saggies, okay? You are sensitive and intuitive. You have a lot of nervous energy, though, for some reason. You tend to be apprehensive. You enjoy a variety of different things and you attract a different type of friends. Mental activity stimulates you. You love to be intellectual. The Sagittarius is all about philosophics and learning and higher learning and things of that nature. And the Scorpio is very deep. So when you put those two together, a lot of deep learning and a lot of deep exploring is bound to happen. Now, those you love, they know just how loyal and warm you are. And others see you kind of different, okay? They don't see you as always loving. Now, I'm not saying how they see you, but they don't see you how the people that are close to you get to see you. Usually, you are sentimental, and you like to just stand back and watch. You don't like to too much jump out there. You will, But your main thing is to sit back and watch and observe, and you like to use your mental power a lot. So now we're going to talk about the cusps of Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, we're getting into the winter season. I don't really like when it's cold. If you were born November the 22nd through December the 21st, you are in fact a Sagittarius. But if you were born November the 22nd through November the 26th, you are a Sagittarius with Scorpio tendencies. And I know, ooh, with the fire of the Sagittarius and the water of the Scorpio, I know they create some good storms. Okay, let's see. So that means that you are high strung, you are excitable, and you are a very colorful person. I know you are, because the Sagittarius brings in the fire. All right. You are also very intelligent and forward thinking. You're versatile. Life is full of activity for you. You love to explore. Like, everything is an adventure for these people. Because you dislike being alone, you surround yourself with wonderful people and projects all the time. And you sometimes spread yourself too thin. Sometimes you overbook. Sometimes you just are just like really super busy because you make yourself that way. You know how to spot an advantage. You know how to make yourself the center of attention. You know how to do that. And you have a good psychic ability and the ability to probe into others' minds. It's almost like you have so much brain power that you know how to use the brain power of others, okay? In love, you are passionate, but definitely changeable and fluid. Okay? All right. Now, if you were born December the 17th through December the 21st, you are a Sagittarius with Capricorn tendencies. And we know anything about Capricorns. I like to call the Capricorns the old man. So let's just see how this fire energy and this earth energy mix and mingle together. You are genial and good natured and have charming social manners. Just like an old man, you have those social manners. Like, you don't want anybody at the table doing nothing they're not supposed to do. You want everybody to be on their best behavior. You are also ambitious and know how to take responsibility and thorough when it comes to jobs. You have an amazing imagination, but you have a strong sense of self, okay? You work great by yourself without people getting in your way, okay? People sometimes look to you for advice. Everything just reads as like the grandpa. You make sure that when you give them advice, they like to come to you because you go into what really matters. You don't deal with all the little stuff. You give them advice on the things that really matters, and people really appreciate you for that and being able to, zero in and see things that sometimes that they don't want to see. You have a sensitive nature, and you have a passion, a compassion, and you know how to love deeply, okay? You don't always make wise decisions in love, though. That's that Sagittarius side, because you're so changing. Like, you move, those Sagittarius so quick they move around. The cusp of Capricorn, you are indeed a Capricorn if you were born between December the 22nd and January the 19th. You are on the cusp of Capricorn when you were born December the 23rd through December the 26th. This means that you are a Capricorn with Sagittarius tendencies. We just talked about the wonderful nature of these very traditional grandfather time energies of the Capricorn, and then the fiery move around, going far and wide, mind thinking about everything, love to learn and love to just gain new knowledge of the Sagittarius. But mixing these two together, they can be practical but sometimes unemotional, but they still have a kind of loving heart. People rely on these Capricorn Sagittarius because they know that they can rely on your word. They know that you're going to give them just integrity. That's what they know out of you. Integrity, you Capricorn Sagittarius is. You are a great listener. You are very sympathetic, and people know that you will not betray their trust. So they know that you're good with secrets. You can keep things and not tell everybody. You like to travel to new places, and you love new ideas. You do like traveling and seeing new things and trying new things. You are very adventurous. You can be conservative when it comes to judging things. You can be judgmental. Even though you are a free-spirited person yourself, you can kind of be judgmental when it comes to other things, especially when you know that doesn't make sense or you know that there's a big risk at it. Okay? Even though you like adventures, you don't like too much risk, if that makes any sense. You are often willing to examine the other point of view, and you pick up on unspoken signals from other people because you do have a sensitivity with you. That Capricorn brings you a great sensitivity, okay? If you were born between January the 15th through January the 19th, that means you are a Capricorn with Aquarius tendencies. That means you're a bit weird. The Aquarius, you Aquarius, you all are some of the creatures of the zodiac signs. So when I say that, I mean that respectfully and lovingly. But you all can be very weird. You're even more weirder than the Pisces and, you know, the Scorpios. You're a deep person who possesses insight and vision, but you're also very generous and fun-loving, and you love to be social and be around other people. You enjoy entertaining the good life and may be known as an excellent host or hostess, and success is likely coming for you when you work with the public. Okay, you can be very successful in public relations. In general, you look at the positive side of things, but when things go wrong, you only can see the negative side. Like, you are really down, you know what I mean? You're down on yourself. When things go bad for you, you just have a hard time seeing the other side of it. You are loyal, like, to a fault. Even, especially when it's someone you love, you always ready to help. And then in romance, you sometimes tend to settle for less than what you deserve. So think about that, you Capricorn Aquariuses. If you were born between January the 20th and February the 18th, you are in fact a Aquarius. But you can be an Aquarius on the cusp of Capricorn, or you could be Aquarius on the cusp of Pisces. If you are an Aquarius on the cusp of Capricorn, you were born between January the 20th and January the 24th. This means, Aquarius Capricorns, you have a quick mind that is very versatile, and you can handle many variable different projects. Like, you are very well versed in many different things, and your mind allows you to be able to handle many different situations. In addition, you have a great memory. You are normally successful when you are in ventures where you can have things your own way, when you can be in control, when you can basically make all the decisions. You have a lot of success in doing that over times when you have to listen to other people. You are sociable in nature, known for a great sense of humor that's witty, and that sometimes you like periods of just quiet and shut the hell up because I need to reflect right now. I need to just go within myself and get some peace. So sometimes I want to be alone. Although I like to be around people, I want to be alone sometimes too. Okay, you really admire your independence. You deal with a lot of things with the analytical mind because it helps you feel like you're not falling victims to your feelings. So you do think about a lot of things and analyze a lot of things. If you were born between February the 14th and the 18th, you are an Aquarius with Pisces tendencies, okay? That means you are weird. Respectfully, okay? You do have an easygoing charm, though. You know, like, you are charming. You do draw people to you just a little bit. People don't mind being around you. You know what I mean? And you fit into almost any group. You may have a lot of people that you are cool with, but is there a few people that really know you deeply for who you really are? There are a few people that really know the other side of you, because you don't show that to every single person. And you do have multiple sides of you, you Aquarius Pisces. You have a lighthearted exterior, which often hides your deeper feelings. So you don't, like I said, once again, you don't always show people what you're thinking all the time. You normally try to hold that in for the people that you love or you trust the most. In work, you are forward thinking and progressive, but you're also cautious. You view life with a somewhat jaded eye and won't rush into anything without investigating first. Okay, you definitely try to cross your T's and dot your I's and do your research when you are born between February the 14th and February the 18th. Nothing offends you more than being unfairly dealt with, and you tend to have extravagant tastes and enjoy spending money. We are at the cusp of Pisces. If you were born between February the 19th and March the 20th, you are in fact a Pisces. If you were born between February the 19th and February the 23rd, you are a Pisces with Aquarius tendencies. That means you are elegant and refined in nature, you Pisces Aquariuses, okay? You all love to be just polished. You also have an infectious sense of fun, though. You like to have your fun. You like to definitely enjoy yourself, whatever that may be. You possess both determination and good organization ability. You like for things to be in place. That comes that poiseness, that comes that polishedness. You want everything to be where it's supposed to be. Okay, every I dotted and T crossed. You are generally successful at making money. In your work, you can be objective and incisive about solving problems. People are often surprised at the variety and the extent of your interest. They don't understand, how do you know about golf, fishing, ballet, and cooking? They don't understand how you just know everything. But as these wonderful Pisces Aquarius, you just know everything. You know an array about so many different things. You have strong dislikes and likes. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. But you are very open-minded to new things and trying new things. But at the same time, like, you know that you don't like the way a certain thing tastes. So you can tell that person, like, I've tried that before, but you'll be open to try something new. Now, you do need to change the scenery sometimes to keep you from being bored. You won't want to see the same things over and over. And in love, you may be elusive because you need a special kind of person. It just doesn't take any old body. Like, you're special and you need a special person to fulfill that space for you. So your lover or your person needs to be everything. If you were born between March the 16th and March the 20th, that means you are a Pisces with Aries tendencies. Oof. You all are tough now. You all are tough people. You have keen powers of observation, and you are drawn to unusual people and unusual ideas, like not your normal orthodox traditional things. You're drawn to kind of weird stuff. That's basically what they're saying, are trying to be nice. You have a strong personality and it makes an impact, and you possess the ability to execute personal plans in spite of obstacles. It does not matter what's in front of you. You push straight through it. You have the fluidity of water and the fire of that Mars, okay? So with those two together, you're going to push forward with anything that gets in your way. You are a very original person. You like to be first. You don't like to copy. You want to be the leader and the ruler. You've learned that luck comes when you least expect it, but Aries does have a streak of luck within them, okay? You do get luck from that Aries side, and you have a magnetic social touch and are usually surrounded by friends and acquaintances. Pisces are very good with people, and Aries have a very magnetic nature, so that's no surprise that the Pisces Aries will have a lot of friends and a lot of acquaintances. You are flirtatious and changeable, meaning you like to have a lot of partners. But in love, when you are stuck on one person, you are capable of intense devotion and loyalty. So I hope this helped you all understand the Cuspians just a bit more better. I want you all to come back with me when I discuss the decans of the zodiac sign. That is 3, not 2, 3 different characteristics inside of one sign. Also, once again, I do have an article about Cuspians if you want to read that over on the blog. And please comment below and let me know if there's anything you want me to cover or talk about. And comment below and let me know if you are a Cuspian. Yes, I am a Libra Scorpio Cuspian, and I show it and I feel both effects of the Libra and the Scorpio. Sometimes I have to wonder, like, what's going on with me, but then I have to remember I got the Scorpio energy in me. You know what I mean? Anyway, comment below and let me know if you are a Scorpion. And points if you are a Libra Scorpion, okay? Don't forget to like,